Yo, what is up, guys? It's Justin back with a new recap. It is another great day here at Tactical Traders. We went on live in the Discord, and I also did a Wednesday live on YouTube as well for free. Everybody ended up getting a lot out of it. We ended up going 2 for 2 banking. I'm up around 10K across all my accounts. Everybody else is also banking as well. So we're going to go over the trades that we took, my bias going into the day. Today was one of those days where everybody in my chat in the morning was saying, Justin, how can you be watching these big moves and not take a trade? Like all these things, like I can't believe you're watching this without, you just missed out on a 100-point move. And again, my goal is for you guys to get the fuck out of that mindset. You do not need to catch 100-point moves. And every single move in the market doesn't always give you an opportunity to take a trade. So in the morning, this morning, we ended up having a pump at the open, and I personally didn't see that there was any entries for me to take this trade. And just like we immediately sold all the way back off after this move, again, there was no entries for me to take here. I do not need to try to catch these massive moves. You need to get out of the mindset where if you see a move, it doesn't always matter if you could catch it or not. Your focus should be on realizing if your edge is present or not. You should stop caring what the market does if your edge is not present. All of that is noise, and all it's going to do is get in the way of building conviction with your strategy. So going into the morning, I did have a bullish bias going up into this buy side level. In the morning, I was expecting it to probably end up just having a push at the open to take out buy side. But what I was looking to see is either we were going to react to this high. Again, we had a daily volume imbalance here as well. You can see on the daily, we had a volume imbalance. But I did expect to most likely have a move at open to go target the external draw being this buy side level. So once market opened, we ended up having a big push up straight to the morning objective. Now, after that morning objective is taken, I'm really not looking to touch it until I get more structure, because I don't know if we want to hold up here. I don't know if we want to bounce and go higher. I don't know if we want to sell back off. There's not enough structure validating what the market wants to do at this time. So there's no reason for me to touch the market. We ended up selling all the way back off. At this point in time, I realized sell side was going to probably be these equal lows. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 equal lows down here. And this is where I was expecting markets to most likely go, as well as retrace into this 1 hour fair value gap that we had. So we had a big imbalance down here. We ended up taking buy side, selling all the way back off to tap into that area. So now, once sell side is now swept, we're bouncing off of a bigger time frame imbalance. I, at this point, am now starting to lean a lot more bearish. We are at a point in time where it looks like we will most likely start to reverse. But what am I looking for to see in price for me to actually get a setup? Because, again, a bias does not mean anything. I do not act on a bias until structure validates that bias. So I'm looking to see a manipulation move low and get displacement to the upside to catch a reversal. So I'm waiting. Again, there's no structure here. There's nothing for me to take a trade. I'm not looking to short. I'm simply just waiting for the time. Again, I am a precision trader. I am waiting for everything to align, all of my biases. We end up zooming in here, and we end up having finally the manipulation move that I wanted. We end up consolidating. We sell off, taking out these 3 equal lows, and we get displacement back up inside this range. Immediately, I recognize that this is a long model. This is a clean power of 3. We have accumulation, manipulation at the lows, and now looking to see a distribution move to the upside. So once I see this move lower, we get displacement back up. All of these small little imbalances right here end up getting ran through. I take the next 15-second imbalance right here, and I enter long. Now, this is my first trade that I took today. I took a regular long right here, regular size, ended up scaling out along the way. And then I looked to add back to this position. I took 2 trades today, but both were on the same model, and I scaled in on both of these trades. So my first entry is here. Again, my first target was this high, but what I recognized is I am not going to scale a lot at this high. Why is that? Because on the bigger time frame, this high is a buy side on this internal model, but on a bigger time frame, this now becomes market structure shift, right? Because this is now our manipulation move down here. We have sell side swept. We're bouncing off of a bigger time frame imbalance. I'm expecting us to displace through this high because that'll become our market structure shift on a bigger time frame. So I end up getting a big move through this. I end up scaling most of my contracts up here, and then I'm looking to now add to this position. Why? Because my objective that I'm looking for is now the recent high. I believe the draw on liquidity is going to be this recent high here, and I also believe the draw on liquidity is going to be equilibrium, which is the midpoint of this entire range that we had. So I expect price to rebalance to equilibrium of this range. Again, why do markets move? To either hunt liquidity, rebalance to an inefficiency, or rebalance to equilibrium. I'm using all of these concepts to understand what the market wants to do, and I'm adding these concepts to give more conviction onto an already existing model. So we end up coming back down. Again, this is a clean 2022 model. This is a unicorn setup. We have a breaker block, fair value gap, everything that we would want to see. This is an A+ setup. We end up coming back down into this imbalance. I enter long in this area. Nice stop, great risk here. Looking to see equilibrium, looking to see this high. And we end up pulling back into this. And this is when I look to scale into a position. So the way that I trade is I love to pyramid entries. This is how I get very big wins in small losses. Is I look for an initial entry. I enter low size or half size. And I constantly move my stop. So what I do here is I enter half size at this area, put my stop at this low. Or at this in this area. If we come back down, I'm getting stopped out on 25% to half of my position size, which is a smaller loss than what I would normally take if I had, just entered my regular full size. Once we get displacement back up, I'm now adding data, adding conviction to an existing setup. So then I take another long, I add extra contracts right here, and I move my stop to now this low. So I'm now adding another position once I have more confirmation, another contract, move my stop to the low. We get more displacement. I add another contract. Again, continue to trail my stop up. And by the time my PT gets hit, I'm now making a significant more amount of money on this trade because I'm taking advantage of my confident setup. I am very, very confident at this point in time that we are now going to this high, going to equilibrium. So I'm going to consistently scale in as much as possible with keeping good risk. Again, I'm constantly moving my stop. So even though I'm adding more contracts, you're like, Justin, how are you not over leveraged right now? I am over leveraged, but over leveraging is okay if you are managing the risk. That is what you need to focus on. I am not just entering a position 10 contracts here. I'm scaling into 10 contracts, waiting for my stop to then initially move. So once we get this move up, buy side's then taken. We're continuing higher. Once we then get to equilibrium, I'm taking off all my contracts. And at that point in time, I'm completely out of my position. So those were the two trades that I ended up taking today. I'm up around 10K on the day throughout my accounts. Again, Team Bank, this was on live Discord and YouTube. You can go back on my YouTube and go to the live section. You should be able to watch the entire session today that we were on live. If you want to go back, look at, what was my thought process throughout the day, what was my thought process throughout the trade. You can see the entries that we took, the exits that we took, and so on. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on the trades that we took. Again, all I need is those trades. I'm not looking to take anything the rest of the day. I'm happy with what I have been given. I'm not greedy. Once you take a good setup, step away. There's no reason to continue trading. All you're going to do is most likely give back profits. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you guys are going to spend some time with your family and friends, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.